Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a fallish layout, but more on the Halloween side. This is going to be documenting my oldest pumpkin carving from a couple years ago. So I just went through my Halloween stash. I don't have a bunch, and I've kind of gone through it and picked out what I think I'm going to use and have a pile to get rid of things I don't think so that I will. So I don't know the collections because it's just kind of a, I don't know, a big pile of Halloween stuff. I decided to do some strips across. I saw a similar layout, Shimmer Life, I believe, on Instagram, and loved her layout. So decided to kind of do my own take on that. So I did that plaid paper, and then the kind of jack-o'-lantern faces I thought were appropriate since we are carving pumpkins. I initially thought I was going to try to get 3 photos on this page and actually double back all 3 photos after trimming them down. But then it just got to be too much, and I decided I didn't like the flow of it with the 3 photos. But that was after I backed them all. So once they're all backed, this is when I decided these 2 I think are going to make the cut. I will just give the 3rd photo to my kids to play around with. They like to make layouts sometimes, so that'll go in their pile, and it is what it is. It's already backed for them. I decided to get into my stash, and I knew I had a couple of older Halloween stamps. I think it's crepe paper. I got them at Tuesday morning quite a while ago, but I decided to kind of get into those and use them a little bit. I knew where I wanted my photos, and so you can see that I sketched on there with pencil so that I knew where to kind of place my stamp. I thought this little ghost with the pumpkin was just adorable, and then decided to use the pumpkin here to the right of my photos. I thought I would kind of make a cluster using the stamp over there, which in the end you will see I end up covering that up. But then I wanted to use these bats and decided to use all 3 different sizes and kind of line them up as if they are kind of flying off. And so I have these 2, and then I get the 3rd one, the middle one. If I would have used a larger stamp block, I would have kind of set my stamps on it kind of how I wanted it on the page, which is what I did with the first 2, but the stamp block was too small for adding that 3rd one, if that makes sense. I stamped the first 2 bats together, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If I would have used a larger stamp block, I would have stamped all 3 together and lined them up how I wanted them. But anyways, it worked out just fine. So I had gone ahead and grabbed out a bunch of different sticker sheets that I have. Like I said, it's just kind of a conglomeration, I don't know if I said that right, of Halloween supplies. So I don't know what comes from what, but I thought that boo at the top was really cute. It was almost like the bats were saying boo. And then I went through an ephemera pack that I had and found this little tree and then the moon and clouds and stars, and I thought that was really cute at the top. It turns out that I kind of made a scene with the whole page, which was not my intention going, like when I started, but I really like the way that it looks. So I did try to kind of use some ephemera pieces on that bottom cluster that I wouldn't normally use. The tree I probably would have, but the headstone, the tombs, I probably normally wouldn't use that, and the spooky I probably would have, but just figured layering 3 down here at the bottom, popping this little piece up on some foam tape looked cute, and so I just ended up plopping that together, really. And then I used the house to the right. You can see that I covered up the pumpkin. the pumpkin just looked out of place, and then the house just made it look like a scene. And I really like the way that that looked. I did add that little banner piece that says my pumpkin at the top, and then I'm going to go through and add a couple of stars. There's those stars at the top with the moon and clouds, and I had a couple of stars on some sticker sheets, so I added one to the bottom cluster and then two to that Hey Pumpkin at the top. But that is going to finish off this layout. I really like the way that this turned out, kind of with the whole scene, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.